We all know that money doesn't grow on trees. Me and Anja also knew it, but we learned it in the hard way. Some say that smart people learn from their experiences. We like to think that we are smart, and after we hit the walls a few times, we started to learn. And in this evening, I'll share with you what we find out. Back in 1998, when I started to work, economical situation was not as good as it is now. So my salary was very small, and my booking was very simple. After I got paid, I just saved some money for mandatory expenses, and after that, I tried to survive until next month. After I got married, our financial situation improved a little bit, but not that much, so we kept the same keeping. Slowly, our income grew, and we realized that we had to do something. In one evening in December 2007, when we had no clue what we did with 1,000 lei. After we argued for a couple of hours, we just remembered that we bought a new set of tires for our car. In that evening, we decided that we'll create a spreadsheet and we'll record every spending we'll have. I believe that this is the most important step from the steps I will discuss in this evening, because it took some time to learn how to keep my bookings and also to actually doing it. I will not lie to you, it is boring. You have to keep every bill, and then in the same evening or in the next days, you will record what we spend and then check with your bank account or with your pocket. So we noted down what we spent, and everything was perfect, or was it? The next step was to not miss something important to pay. That means to give each level a job or to create a budget. After I got paid, I split our money into more categories like savings, like bills, drinks, and so on. And what I like to say is that savings is the most important category from all. Please save first and spend later. And I tell you this from experience and not from books. When we started savings, it was Angela's idea. And for me, it was terrifying, because it was like all the money were taken away from me, and I wasn't able to spend it. After a while, I got used to it, and now this is the first thing I do. If you have only 3 categories like savings, mandatory expenses, and all the other, you are on the right track. So, we budget every month, and everything was perfect. Or was it? It was like this. You have to save for a rainy day. There are two types of rains. There is predictable rains or unpredictable rains. I have a car. And you know that besides monthly expenses like gas, each year you have to pay for insurance, for taxes, or for technical revisions. What I do, I know how much I spend in this year. I do a total, then I split that total by 12, and I save that amount of money each month. It is not very easy to start, and I recommend to start with only one rainy day. And after you got used to it, then add another. Let's stay with the same example with the car. You all know that from time to time engine breaks or accidents might happen. In this case, it's much difficult to anticipate, but what you can do is just put some money aside and leave it there. And after few experience, you will know how much money you need to put there. So we save money for a rainy day, and everything was perfect, or was it? The next step was to roll with the punches. So what is the meaning of this? Let's say you prepare some money for the insurance, but the next year the insurance just increased, so you overspend. In boxing, this means to absorb a punch and to adapt. In our example is just to take money from another category to cover the overspend from that category, and if necessary to adjust the budget next month. Budgeting is an ongoing process. It is still boring, but it works. So now we are able to take punches and to adapt, and everything was perfect. Or was it? The last step does not come from experience. experience, it was learned. And this means to learn to live from last month income. What we do after we got paid, we put some money aside in one category, and for us it's still an ongoing process, but after you will have the entire salary in that category, you will not have to care anymore about when you will receive your paycheck. Because when a month starts, I just create a fresh situation, and if I need some money, I take money from that buffer. And believe me, I don't care when my salary is paid. So, to recap, what this means to you is that you need a budget. And the steps are, you have to note everything you spend, you have to give each level a job, you have to prepare for a rainy day, to absorb punches, and to live from last month income. I strongly believe that this is the base for everything else we can do with money. If we are not able to manage our income and expenses, we cannot go pro and do investing. Some say that smart people learn from their experiences, but wise people learn from others' experience. Be wise.